Testing. Bruh. Ooh, doggy, what's going down, traders, non-traders, curious people, bi-curious people, bi-trading people? I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. Welcome. Hope y'all having a wonderful hump day. It's your boy, Z-Rex. No noise. We live today. It's the middle of the day on, what is it, the 9th or something already? What is it? I don't even know. 8th. Oh, it's the 8th. The 8th of September, 2021. Damn. Time flies, don't it? It's crazy, man. Let's see. Well, let's just kind of jump into it. Don't really have any big things to talk about or announcements or nothing, so let's just
let's go.
Let's do that, right? Yeah, boy. All right, let's see. Oh, let me turn this on before I forget, because that would suck. Definitely done that before. I've also done the opposite, where I have the damn chart up and my screen, but then the mic's not on. But we got that check. I got no drop frames. It's time to party. All right, here we go. Let's look at total market cap. Let's see what's happening over here. Let's start with the daily. A nice good old daily time frame. That's just kind of just a real good one to use. Probably one of my favorites. Oh, uh-oh. We did indeed close below the 21 EMA, this yellow one right here. Although barely, but technically it doesn't matter. It's a close. And today is working on, it looks like an open and close below it. This is very interesting. This hasn't happened since this whole rally started back in July. So, a little concerning there. We don't like that for bulls. That's not our favorite. It is just one candle. And what would really suck is if we get an open and close below it today. Still got 7 hours. Yo, what's up, Mr. Travis? So we've still got a few hours, or a handful, and then a couple fingers left. We'll see what happens. Man, it looks still alright on the weekly, although there's no momentum. Really. I don't know. I don't like that this daily closed below there. That's not very sexy price action. It did not do it on Total 2, which is just altcoins. So that's altcoins looking a little bit better, and that's not really a surprise when you have stuff like ADA and Ajax and what are some of these other Hex and stuff like that have just been pumping their asses off. But so far, this is a rejection up here from kind of like a double top formation. But let's just go to Bitcoin, because that's really what's going to matter. Oh, yeah, slice through. Definitely closed in the lower end of the range, below the 21. This is a pretty definitive close below the 21. Also has not happened since the rally started back in late July. So that's a little bit concerning there. Let's see, what else do we got? Let me clean up some of these lines. Just kind of look at a cleaner chart here. Let's see. I mean, we are kind of, the bulls are doing okay defending that 42,000 area. I mean, that's really the line in the sand. I think if we close pretty much any time frame below there, maybe not like a 1 second candle, because a trading view has 1 second shit now. I don't get that, but whatever. Anything like over like a 4 hour, I do think it's probably going to test, into the 30s if we do break the 42 level. It's okay-ish, sitting right on the mama, the 55 and the 200. I don't like this candle though, man. Makes me very nervous to take longs here. It looks like some like FUD barrage is coming too. Like news-wise, that happens a lot when it first starts selling off, and all the pent-up bad news people want to have been putting out, they start dumping it all at the same time. It's kind of funny. I don't give a shit about news, though. I just look at the charts. All that shit's baked in here anyway. So definitely a warning signal at the minimum. And until we get back above 48K, I am just not a huge fan of this price action. If we go to the 458 too, it just pretty much engulfed the last what is this, like couple weeks, looks like. Yeah, a little over 2 weeks. And you can see the bulls trying to get up over here and rally off this bottom, but they have been unable to get into the back into the $48,000 handle. So the so far price action is definitely confirming that what we were talking about yesterday, that this is kind of neutral now. Not so much bullish strength anymore after this gnarly candle. Let's see. On the weekly, one thing I was kind of noticing here is, the weekly technically, although it's barely, but technically speaking, it does have a lower body close than over here. And so far, we might be getting a lower high close. And if this happens and we start rolling back over into the 30s again, and obviously any price action below this 32-ish thousand area, that's going to confirm this as a lower high and lower low structure. So that's in a little bit precarious spot. Not somewhere where I want to put on a lot of risk right now. Obviously, I'm not financial advice. I'm an idiot. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Yeah, and look how this is just rode up the mama perfectly, as previously discussed numerous times on the show. This happens all the time. I don't know why it does that. Something special about the mama. So now, this weekly, what do we got? 2 days left on the futures. Yeah, we don't want this to happen for bulls. A weekly close below like 47,000 on the futures, that would be pretty fugly if that did happen. Let's put up back on our drawings here, see if we got anything. Got that horizontal right there. But I mean, now we're kind of just range trading. So we're stuck in this little range from like 44 to 48. And really, until we get out of that, I think it's extremely risky to try to call big moves in a direction here, up or down. I want to see it break out of this range because you can have lots of fuckery inside of these ranges like this, as we've seen numerous times. I mean, here's kind of a good example that happened just recently where we just, whoa, man, that was a slow-mo scroll. So you can see here we just like ping-ponged forever. Actually, let's go look at something that I haven't looked at in a while since it happened and everyone and their mom talked about it for a while, the hash ribbon thing. Oh, man, nasty candle there. It'd be interesting if this like flips around like really fast back to not a buy mode. Let's see if that's happened in the past. Yeah, back over here. Problem is it doesn't happen till way later, right? Like, look at this. It didn't even start rolling over till, I mean, it didn't flip to capitulation mode pretty much after the move. It already happened. Although this was a super fast one. That's not the best example because that is the Corona crash. Yeah, this one did flip back over. Just thought of that recently. All right. Interesting. Nothing really too much to deduce from that, but let's see. You can see it did flip and went to a bearish posturing. So this might be something to watch. If this thing crosses back to the downside, it might kind of give a little bit of a clue that we're going to get some more downside pressure. I'm not convinced we're out of the woods yet, but y'all know I haven't really been convinced of that for a while. Pretty much most of this price action. And I mean, even on the daily, look at this. Lower lows, lower highs. I mean, this isn't an uptrend. And I don't know why everybody is just, I guess I do know why when shit pumps 100, 500, 1,000% in just like a month and a half, everyone gets super euphoric. It's returned to normal. It's amazing. I still think that the market psych graph has relevance right now. And in that, I would say until we break definitively on the weekly closure, that 51, 52K area on an open and closure basis. So now could this rally super hard and do that? At the end of this week, absolutely. Is it highly probable? Probably not. So I'm just kind of taking this slow, one day at a time. I mean, the bears or bulls and bears are just kind of really confused right here. But I will share something with y'all. If you see on here, you don't always see this marker because we don't get to the 40s very often on DMI. But when you go back in history, and we'll do both sides too, we won't just take the bear side. Whenever you get reads up here in the 40s like this, the trend usually will continue in that direction for like a week or so. And you can see here, I mean, at least a week or so. Obviously, it can be longer. And you got right here, when it popped up, continuation, right? Let's keep scrolling back in time. You got this one right here popped up, and then you even had another one right here, double whammies, and continuation, kept selling. And this is actually for more than a month. So let's actually kind of do that real fast here live, because I'm curious on that. If we get this one right here, it's pretty much uptrend for 41 days. And then if we look at this one right here, pretty much downtrend before you even get any sustainable move. I guess maybe right here, let's just use this one because it did kind of try to flip around right here. Yeah, you can see the bulls for a second got into the power zone. But yeah, so about 33 days. And on the long end, you can do about 60, 70 days. But we'll just do until the short part. And let's see, here's another one right here. Same thing, downward continuation. Like, just when you see spikes up here, and it's not like how everyone thinks with RSI and these indicators and oscillators is like, whenever it's overbought, man, it can't go higher. Oh, okay. That's not how they work. I really hate that that's how everyone's been trained. And I actually hate the term overbought. That's why I use like power zone and weak and forgotten zone when I look at DMI, and neutral zone, which is 16 to 26. Power zone, I consider anything above 26. Weak zone is between 16 and 10, and then if it's below 10, I just consider that forgotten. The Bulls or the Bears, whoever's down there, just doesn't even matter. They have no skin in the game at the moment. So you can kind of just see whenever we spike up. Let's see, here's one that might be a little bit shorter time. Yeah, this one was short. This was only about a week right here, but it still did have another 10, 12% down. Here's one to the upside again, had continuation for 30 days. Here's another one upside, continuation for about 30 days before going sideways. Here's another, oh, here's a good one. Okay, here's one that's different. So you can see the spike here, and it actually just went sideways for about 30 days as well before continuation on the trend. So at minimum, it just is like saying, hey, Bulls or the Bears have got momentum now, and it needs to be reset. And so that's kind of my mind frame. I just wanted to share that kind of idea with you. Here's another one, DMI up here, continuation. And so I don't consider this just a regular dip. This is not a normal, like, oh, it's all good, pulling back to the 21 rally, 21 rally, 21 rally, which Bitcoin loves to do on the daily. And occasionally it does make it to the 55. So for Bulls, let's just hope that we're floating around about the 44K level, because I do believe anything below 44, and especially 42, starts to get really, really fugly. But yeah, just wanted to share you that 458 and the DMI thing. And that works on all kinds of stuff. I actually have a chart. I don't do it on the 458 for traditional markets because it's pretty much like a daily chart and it looks really ugly. So I just do it on here. And that's where I mark these lines. See, like this green line is actually marked from the DMI on that candle. So it's saying, oh, this is the bullish momentum is or the momentum is bullish until we breach this price level at minimum. And obviously this will get ratcheted up as time goes on. You can see there's actually one probably right here. Oh no, look at that. How funny. Just barely. Oh, should be at 26, but here we'll ratchet it up a little bit. Just barely, right under 26, 25.84 and 25.86. So right at the power zone threshold. And look, this is actually kind of rolling over. This is interesting. We're getting top reads on the ES2, which we kind of mentioned yesterday, that a lot of times Bitcoin will be the first one to move a lot before traditionals. It's almost kind of like a leader. It's kind of crazy. I don't have real good stats on that. Maybe that'll be a little project I'll work on for the weekend, because I have noticed that a lot. Like Bitcoin will do a big move and then the market will follow within the week or so. But you can see we got major support all right here at 44K, and the first attempt of it, Bulls are doing fairly well. So let's see if they can keep that shit up. But the longer it takes for them to even attempt to get into the 48,000 area, I start to just keep being concerned. All right, that's enough about Bitcoin. I think I beat that shit to death. Pretty much 44, 48. Until we're out of that zone, it's extremely neutral with a slight bearish bias to maybe upper 30s right now. So, I'm being very cautious. I got really lucky and went all cash on Monday. I don't know why. Like, I had nothing really telling me that. Just spidey sense, I guess, or something. I guess once you trade a whole lot, so you can't really replace the experience. There's no indicator for your experience, that's for sure. But anyway, just got kind of lucky on that. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting until this range breaks, and then we'll go from there. And we already did futures, so let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum closed below the daily 21 as well, opening, closing 2 on it. Now, if it tries to put in this little hammer candle above this consolidation zone, that's actually pretty decent. That's about the best we could probably ask for the Bulls right now, because it is going to take some time to digest this move. You can see that the marketplace is a little bit divided, up 10, down 10%. I mean, we're just flip-flopping here in this range. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly still looks okay, as long as it's holding about that 3,300 horizontal. which is right here. Any closure below that, probably even on a 3-hour, probably gets pretty ugly. And technically we did get that closure right here. Do we have the same read on DMI? Probably. Let me put in about the 40s. Yeah, we do. And I usually make this one red because it's like extreme. Oh, yeah, same thing. Although we haven't had there's not near as many iterations on this as Bitcoin, but you can still see just scanning back, you did have further downside almost every time we did get over the mid 40s. So let's see, let's keep going back. That one's like right at it, sideways. All right, so sideways to down. Again, that's just kind of helping clarify and reiterate what I'm saying about the ranges until we really get back above. Let's say, Ethereum's a little bit harder to read than Bitcoin because this is kind of sloppy. Man, we might have to jump to weekly for this. Yeah, we kind of are. We're really going to have to use, it's kind of far away, but we really have to use 39.50 on price action here. So as long as it's kind of below, it's a bit wider of a range, about almost 20%. So you pretty much got 3,300 to about 3,900. And I know that's not super helpful, but it's just kind of what the chart's showing. And we get this open and close too below the 21. That would be very unsexy, and definitely unsexy if this daily closes below 34.20. Hell yeah. If that happens, that would be really ugly. We still got freaking like 7 hours though, so a lot of time on that. Let's see what futures are saying. Futures didn't even go below the 21, so that actually helps the bull case a little bit. Kind of hanging around this little gappy trap zone here. Man, hopefully this doesn't turn into another trap zone right when it gets into it and rejection. It's just still not very sexy. No bueno, man. Right to the body of this candle and then rejection. Man, this weekly close is going to be real important, guys. Litecoin. Yeah, so again, Ethereum like 33 and 39. I know that's a big range, but that's just what the chart's telling us, so they don't matter. And here we go. Litecoin at the bottom back of its range after going right to the horizontal up here at about 235. Rejection, kind of like Bitcoin. This actually looks way worse so far than Mama Bear and Unicorn shirt, man. Yeah, this actually, the range, we can ratchet this down to, as long as it's below about 195, 200, it's a little suspect for the bulls. It's kind of just neutral between like 160 and 200. So until it kind of gets out of that range, whatever. We want resolution, man. I like to take more bona fide positions, and when we're in the middle, smack middle of a range, that just sucks. Kind of like the Russell, you know, we'll get to that in a second, where the Russell's just been in a range for almost the whole year. It's like you don't want to just buy the middle of the range. I mean, that's like 50-50 shots. Oh, ripple me nipples. What are you doing here? Oh, kind of a little sloppy too. Let's see. The weekly's providing us a pretty decent range though here at about $1 and like 130. So as long as we're between that, it's kind of whatever burger. I mean, and this doesn't look super great. The 458's the time frame that looks really bad because it's like engulfing the past 2-ish weeks, 2-3 weeks, depending which crypto you're looking at. Any closure, probably even on a 1 hour, man, below $1 is gonna get kind of fugly. Did it have crack time frame close below $1? It did, but only for 1 bar. So yeah, man. $1 and 130. I would consider it neutral until it gets out of that range. And then, yeah, it's not like I'm not super bearish, but I'm just saying, you know, it's just kind of ugly. We got to be cautious, and let's let price tell us the way. This is the way, right? We need the Mandalorian effect over here. XLM, same shit. Right to the top of the range. Now we're right back in the middle of all this. Blah. Anything less than 32 cents, pretty much on a 3 hour and up, is probably going to yield more downside. But again, this one is kind of about, man, ew. Ugh, man, I don't like this chart, actually. XLM is kind of weak sauce. It couldn't even muster up any strength to get up here, like in the mid 40s. Only one little blip of time here on this last pump before a swift rejection. And I mean, just something like this. This is like a shutoff. This is buyer shutoff, man. This is like the bear saying, "Nah, bitch, chill out." And then usually you're gonna have to get some time to resolve this. It's not. I mean, this isn't in an area where it's like at a bottom and then you get like an engulfing candle. I mean, we're kind of like flipped. If we flip this chart and you saw it like this, like how would you read it, right? You'd be like, oh shit, this looks like it's probably about to rally now. That looks great. You're like, hell yeah. I call that the bias buster. Just hit Alt-I sometimes if you're feeling a little too bullish or bearish. It works both ways, of course. But man, yeah, not very pretty because look, we're below all this business here at like 36. We're even below this little pivot point right here at about 34. So not super sexy there. That's definitely one of the weaker charts. Ugh, ETC, man, yeah, wow, ping-ponging, little 10% swinging. Yeah, ETC. This is very ugly. ETC's chart actually looks worse than Stellar. You have this daily slice through every single one of the EMAs in one candle, including the mama. We talk about that a lot on the show. When you see that, you generally do have momentum start to flip the other way. There is a trend line that's right below it, right about here. Let's extend it a little bit. There is a trend line right here. Anything below this trend line, this bitch is probably going to get monkey hammered down to 20s, like upper 20s. That's just getting a little ahead of ourselves. I'm not saying that's where it's going, but if it does break this trend line, I would be looking for that. Let's go to the weekly. Oof, weekly it's like okay. It's okay just because it's sitting right on top of this in the 21 EMA, but still not my favorite. Yeah, it best hold $50. 50, anything, probably any 3-hour and up closure on 50, below 50 is going to be very, very gnarly for ETC. You can also see that's where this wick bounced off of, almost to the T. Oh, wow, actually to the T. Look up here. Right there at the low. 50 on the dot. Literally 50.000. So, yeah, 50 is the pivot point. To the upside, because we always like to do both scenarios because we don't know shit. No one knows anything. It could go either way. To the upside, oh, man, probably about 63, 64 bucks. And over the 64 bucks, we probably get another test up here into the low 70s, but pretty ugly. And looking at this doji and some of the previous price action, you could probably use a lower time frame. If this 458 closes below 55, we probably go test 50 again, and that won't be very nice. And conversely, yeah, the upside is showing still about that 63-ish area. But you can see we're starting to get kind of fugly on the EMAs, oscillators, all that does. Let's see if ETC follows the path of the DMI way. Yep, does work for the bull side. We don't know there yet. No, it didn't really have any continuation from this immediately, but it did, over the long haul. So that's a little bit different than a lot of times how it works. This one had a little bit further downside. I don't know, what is this right here? About 25%. Sometimes it can be deceiving. A little bit there. Yeah, so it mostly follows that rule as well. So interesting. Dot. Oh, below this horizontal. Lame. Sub 29 bucks. Don't want nothing to do with this coin at all whatsoever. Yeah, don't even care about it below 29. Yeah, I don't like this one. Me no likey. Weekly. Oh, God. See? Oh, jeez. Man. I mean, it's weird. I'm like conflicted because I really want a bear market to come. because it's just so frothy and it's really annoying. And not even to really buy anything, like even if I didn't buy anything in a bear market, it's just everyone is so euphoric. It's just super, like I said, it's just super annoying. And, you know, monkeys make money in bull markets. There's a good saying, don't confuse a bull market with brains. Because you don't need no brains in a bull market. You just click the green button. Bye, 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 bitch. Anyway, pretty nasty. Below 29, I just don't care about it. Above 29, probably runs to about 31. So, but yeah, don't care. I'm not going to really care about most of these altcoins. I haven't until I just really want Bitcoin to... Yeah, I missed out on some gains. My friend was all bitching at me yesterday. Oh, you're just mad because you missed out on some of these gains. It's like, dude, I don't care. Like, I'm protecting my capital. I don't give a shit. Like, I've made good money on there, and I'm not going to give it back to the Mr. Market. So I'm waiting for clarification. And people, you know, you don't have... Like, cash is a position. People... So many people think you just always have to be trading, but, you know, cash is a position, man. Don't forget about that. And I also believe in the way I like to trade, I always have cash on the sidelines because you never know when you're going to get some kind of opportunity to buy or short or just enter some kind of good position that has, you know, meets your risk tolerances. So, anyway, cash is a position. Don't be afraid to sit on the sidelines, man. Opportunity is infinite in this game. Capital is finite. Never forget that. It will help you a lot. All right, 458. Enough about that little mini rant. Bouncing off the Mama 55, kind of like Bitcoin, right at that 220. Jeez, this thing went all the way to $2. Crazy. This is pretty ugly. I don't like this at all. The bears have regained dominance on the oscillators. Yeah. We're going to need you to move down back over here to about $2. Okay. Yeah. The only thing, though, we do have the EMAs open and down, but the 200 is right below it, so you'll know if you listen to the channel a lot, those aren't very reliable spots. So this is kind of in a range. It looks like about 210 to about 250-ish, because we're going to use 250. That was our pivot point before this breakdown, and so it's about 210, maybe even like 220 to 250. Until it gets out of that range, it's very neutral to me, and you cannot ignore these big candles like this. You know, yeah, maybe you can buy some dips, that's fine, or whatever. That's not the worst thing. But just be prepared if it does keep coming down. Just let that shit go, because from these elevated levels, I mean, there's still lots of room to the downside on most of these cryptos. Like, again, I'm never saying definitively bull or bear. I like to have open mind to both probabilities, because, again, we don't know shit. We're all watching the same movie. No one knows anything. Unless you are Charles Hodgkinson and you bang dogs with them, you know, then... Which is probably kind of crazy that I said that. I don't know, there's rumors about crazy things. These ETH guys, man, look at Vitalik. These guys are pretty crazy. I mean, I guess to be fair, crypto nerds are kind of wild. Seems like there's a bunch of furries or something in the crypto world. I don't know. Anyway, I don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. Doesn't matter to me. No judging here. All right, so we do have major resistance right here on Chainlink. I didn't really see that. I should have had this plotted already. Very major resistance right there, and you can see where that's derived from. Boom, boom, bam, bam, ping pong, bid, cuts through, relief rally right to this price. So 35 is very important. And it looks like to the downside. Let's go weekly. Weekly, how many times? Oh my God, I'm already in 34 minutes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no momentum on the weekly. I don't like this. This is spaghettied out. Nothing on the oscillators. I mean, they can't even get more neutral than they are right now. I mean, pretty shitty. They were starting to look good, and then the candle of death came and put us back in the range. So it's literally going to be about short term, about $30 and $24-ish. And until it gets out of that range, it's ping pong, and you can flip to range trading if you want. Ugh, brutal. EOS brutal move here. This is kind of... Let's go to daily. Hold on. Yeah. The weekly looks... no, still sloppy. No EMA structure. That's good. Pretty neutral. I mean, you do have a little bit of bullishness on DMI, but I don't know, man. Everything is kind of flipped to ranges for me now. Looks like we got something kind of like this, roughly. Until we get out of this range, and yeah, it is kind of a bigger range, about 27%. But hey, it's crypto, dude. It's volatile as hell. Yeah, I don't like that it's cut through all these EMAs. Whenever that happens, guys, I don't like the former trend, whichever way it happened. And in this case, it would be upside. So I'm going to see if I can find an example when it does cut through all the EMAs like that. It doesn't happen often, but you have to take note of it when it does. Here's one. Cut through all of them, and then look, it had a little bit of continuation to the downside, not much. It started trying to build momentum, but then the bulls shut them off right here in these 3 days. But you can see, though, it made it just go sideways at best. So there's an example. There's so many different ones that just randomly pop up when we look at different things. But yeah, it's kind of rare for it to all happen in one candle, that's for sure. Especially on a daily and below. All right, BCH, what you doing? Oh my God, 666. The devil is upon us. Yeah. Don't like it. Not a fan. More range crap now. We're just smack back in the middle of these consolidations. It just sucks. It's just like the momentum just literally got sucked out in one day. So... Short term, I know there is major horizontal resistance right here about where we went to at 750-ish. But shorter term, let's zoom in a little bit. Probably about 600 to about 700. So that's about it on that. And again, man, I'm really just going to be watching Mama Bear. Oof, God. BSV took out all the EMAs, went right to the daily 200. Doji follow through. This is not a bullish read anymore. This kind of sucks. Weekly sucks. 458. Wow, it gapped down. Ugh, sucks. Terrible. I guess the best thing right now is that if it can hold about 150, it's okay. But man, about 145, this horizontal 145, 150 zone, it's okay. But if I would not want to be long this sub 169. No, sir. Well, but you can buy the dip and you can make all this money all the way to 169. Oh, yeah, 10%. Cool. And my downside risk is minimum 10%. Oh, great. What a trade. You can see even, too, this little underbelly test twice. Eek. We can erase this because that's kind of pointless now. Yeah, sub 169, 170, meh. Man, best case scenario, same here, 250. A lot of these charts look exactly the same. Sloppy weeklies, they almost all look like this with the short term, the 10 simple in between, the 55 and 21, neutral oscillators. I mean, it's kind of the same across the board. For this, I'd say kind of bearish, or I'm sorry, neutral. Until we get back above 280 or back below 240. And until we're there, it's kind of whatever, man. ZC, same thing. Ugh, brutal candle, taking out all the EMAs. I mean, this is, bears are saying, they're showing some dominance right here. There's no denying that. And I know a lot of people actually are denying that, but I mean, just basing off the price action, that's not sexy. So let's see. Weekly. Yeah, it looks like about 160-ish on the upside. And for the downside, about where these wicks are these tails at 120. So 120 to 160 seems to be a decent range on here. Man, you can even probably ratchet that down to like 150, man. This is pretty ugly. Don't want nothing to do with that either. Dash. Looking a little bit better, finding a little support on the mama and the 55. So maybe it is bouncing off this little wick that's kind of started the bull rally. Dash is one of the first ones to come out of the corrective phase here. And so maybe this is okay. And I'll be using these tails on this one for management, about 180. Looks all right. But then you're also just like at 220 on the upside. And you're between the 200 and the 377 on a daily. Yeah, I don't generally like when you're between those, when you don't have any supporting structure. Like, it's okay back over here, and it's like everything's kind of resetting. You got the nice DMI and RSI reads. It's like, okay, engulfing candle. That's nice. But now, again, flip it. Bias buster. Now, look at this. If you literally were looking at this chart on a daily, and you were like, oh, and then this happened, you would be bullish on this. Without a doubt. You'd be bullish above above this horizontal, because it's backwards. You'd be bullish above this horizontal, no doubt, man. This is a pretty powerful chart. But unfortunately, it really looks like this. Doji, what are you doing, Doji? A little dump to 23. Oh, that's a nice reaction. I kind of like the reaction from that level. We actually are trying to make a new high here. We got 6 hours left, though. Man, this one's real sloppy. See, this is like when EMAs are all pressed up on each other like this, it just makes it really tough reads. You don't have momentum on your side. Makes it harder for reads. And, oh, God, this daily, though, sliced the shit out of Dogecoin. Ouch. You know what? I can't stand behind long Doge positions until we're back above 27 cents, back in this little liquid zone. This is pretty nasty. Man, yeah, that sucks for Doge. Because look at this. The daily actually was making lower highs on the daily and lower lows and changing the trend. Look at this. Basic bitch trend analysis. And I used to hate it when I first got into trading. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. I'm like, shut the fuck up. The trend is your friend. Just follow the trend, man. But, you know, after trading for 10 years, yeah, it's right. It is that simple. And it's stupid because humans always want to overcomplicate stuff. But yeah, the trend is really that simple, and it's great trading strategies. You can see, oh, higher. We're making a little higher high here. Keep going. Make a higher low. In a bull market, what should you do? Make a higher high. We didn't. Then we made a lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Even, still lower. Lower high, still lower low. This thing has actually been trending down for 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Interesting. Kind of missed that. And it's so basic. You know, there's people that literally trade with just candlesticks. Just this. This is it. This is all they trade off of. And you can try. It actually works pretty well. You just have to be super disciplined. Not that that's different than any other kind of trading strategy. But look up candlestick trading games on the web. And if you search that, you can play, they pick random tickers. It doesn't really matter what the hell you're trading. And you can kind of practice and just use candles and see if you can make any money on that. I know 2 people that's literally all they do. They just trade candlesticks. Works for them. It's cool, man. That's the thing about the game, trading game. There's a million ways to skin the cat. There's a million strategies that work. That's not the problem. It's not strategies or any of that. It's going to be risk management, and your ego is generally the #1 issues in trading. Anyway, I digress a little bit. Let's see. I'm really curious how these dailies are going to close. This hammer actually wouldn't be super terrible based off just pure candlesticks. Against everything else, not so sexy. I mean, because the downtrend on the daily. I mean, yeah, maybe we get a little relief rally up to 28, 29. I could see that. But ultimately, man, we got to come all the way back above 32 to take out this local high to change this structure. And so Bull's got a lot of work to do. Except for Hex. Hex doesn't give a shit. Hex just goes up. The Hexicans are laughing at everybody. Their chat room is insanely busy all the time. It's got, just hundreds of thousands of messages every few weeks. I mean, it's crazy. It's the most busy Telegram chat I've seen since probably like 2017. And this thing is just beast mode. It just goes up and up and up until it doesn't. To be fair, it was not immune to yesterday's sell-off. From the close, it did do about 24% down, and from wick to tail, it was about almost 40%. My God. Oh, that's crazy. Man. Congrats to the Hex holders, though, man. This has not been easy holds. There's, like, lots of tails on here, man. And if you're holding this, you got some intestinal fortitude, man. For sure. Nice job for the Hexicans and Mr. Richard Hart. Coming right up here to this fib extension at 48 and getting rejected. So, you know, sub 48, we're right at the top of the range. I'd like to see price get up above pretty much 50 to round it off nice on at least 2 or 3 open and closes on dailies above that. And then we can start talking about the next target, which is up at about 70 pennies. Till then, I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but still looks pretty damn good. Can't stop, won't stop. You know the rest. What would change my mind about how bullish this is? Shit, man. Richard Hart dies? No, I'm just kidding. Man, I don't know. It would have to be a 458 closing, probably below 37 cents, and definitely or below the 21 EMA. So, pretty crazy. Good job. Let's go look at Solana real quick. Is it still beast moding? Kind of putting a little doji. Very interesting. Kind of like Hex's chart. See if it can keep up. If the bulls can't keep this up and we close back below like 162, I'd start to question the strength of the rally here. Yeah, pretty nasty chop fest. Yeah, interesting. How about AVAX? Is AVAX still kicking ass? No, AVAX is starting to make lower highs. Look at this. Easy peasy, man. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Is it maybe a flag? It could be, but the trend is definitely consolidating at a minimum. And you can see there's lots of business done right around here, actually. Let's go ahead and mark that off. Right around there-ish. Oh, like right where we are. So that's interesting. As long as we're below like 40 bucks on this, I'd be a little bit cautious on AVAX. What's something else? Let's see if anything has moved like super crazy in the last 24 hours. There's always something, right? Maybe if I could actually click on this shit. Near protocol. Oh, Shibu Inu. It's up 20%. All right. Tron. Man, Algorand. Really? Let's go look at Algorand. I haven't looked at that in a while. Oh, shit. Algorand says, suck it, bro. They're saying bears can suck my ball sack. It is getting rejected from the previous all-time highs, but man, what a move. Jesus, down 30 and then up 78 from the freaking low. That's pretty beast mode. Lots of volume on this. Is this an exit pump? Exit scam pump? Maybe. I'm definitely not buying at the top of the range and hodling for life. It's like, oh yeah, let me buy way up here, and then even if I think it's going to $4, it's like, yeah, that might take 5 years. Who cares? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Let's go look at Near Protocol. What do? They're trying to be Ethereum 5.0 or whatever. Holy shit balls. Near Protocol saying suck it extra hard. It didn't even get phased yesterday. Wow. This is epic, dude. Epic chart. I mean, holy shit balls. I did not see this one. I've been kind of slacking looking at individual altcoins, and that's just because Mama Bear's been slacking, so, and I'm just kind of like, whatever. You know, I don't want to be trading when I'm all emotional and distraught and doing other things. I've found that I usually lose money when that happens. But wow. Near Protocol, you look great above 750. I mean, holy shit balls. It is getting a little frothy, to be fair. I mean, we're like 40% away from the short-term MA. That's a little bit crazy. And even on the lower time frames, we're like 25% away. That's a little bit crazy. Definitely not buying this one up here. All right, let's move into the real markets, not funny fake money land. All right. S&P getting a little bit heavy here. No momentum. We almost got above the 26, but we couldn't get it. Very neutral still, too, on RSI. I mean, you can see it hasn't even been above 70 since July, late June. So even though we keep rallying, we're just like in this, what's the word maybe I'm looking for? We're just like in a trance, a trend trance of just like, burr, go up, print more. That's only 120 billion a month. So crazy, dude. And do you see any of that money? Nope. Do I? Nope. Does it make everything cost a lot more? Fucking A, dude. Thanks, government. You're the best, daddy. Anyway. 4470 is kind of looks like maybe a target. But as y'all know, whenever we breach the 21 EMA, even on a wick, or tail, sorry, a lot of times we go and test the 55. And especially that's been a case for the S&P since the Corona crash. I think it's done it every single time except for like one or two. Let me see. Yeah, here's one right here. Here's one. Although it was really damn close. I mean, it was only 20 points away. This one didn't count here. It didn't do it there. But you can see most of the time you breach that 21, we go and test the 55 like clockwork every single time except for that one. I'll just point it at the screen like y'all can see me. Yeah, you see that? Zoom in a little bit. Oh, not on that. All right, Bears are kind of getting some strength. The Bulls best defend this 4,500 area, or I do think we're going to test a little bit lower, probably like at least 20 points, 30 points, and then that opens the door to that 21 EMA test thing, and then that brings us down a whole nother 100 points. So there's a potential 2-ish% crash looming here. So, or correction, I shouldn't call that a crash, a correction. And so, very ugly daily candles right here. It's like in a bull market, what's it supposed to do? Go up. What is this garbage? That's exactly what it is. Stinky ass stank garbage. Oops, 3 hour. Yeah, not great. Neutral, pretty hard. As long as it's above 4,500, though, you kind of have to default to the longer term trend, which is the upside. So, hey, if it's holding that, it's all right. We start getting close to this 21 EMA. I'd start to target probably 44.20-ish, give or take 10, 20 points. NASDAQ, kind of looks like sellers are just slappeth it downeth. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's an ugly 3 hour engulfing the last week or so. So that kind of sucks. This is actually telling us that it's a little bit iced up until we get back above 15.6. So interesting, kind of losing the momentum there. But as long as it's holding that 15.5 area, it's all right. But man, talk about precarious spot there. A little teeter-tottering. I'm definitely not longing NASDAQ right there, that's for sure. YM, Dow looking like booty, rolling over. This was the biggest concern, kind of the markets we've been talking about the last few shows. Now we're breaching this line. I mean, that doesn't look good. This line has been very well respected this whole year. And so we don't like to see that for bulls. That's not super sexy. So being sub... Man, it's right on top of this business. Jeez, what a difficult read, Dow. 3 hour makes it a little easier. It's kind of like, man, maybe buy zone and a quick exit if it goes anywhere below this 34,880 area. That's kind of about how it looks to me. And daily close below here. It's going to be the first one below this trend line. And that's not sexy. No bueno. Russell, stupid ranges. We were talking about probably shorting the upper end of this range, buying it. I've been mostly just buying the bottom side of it because I just like to kind of go with the trend. And so, although this would have been a phenomenal trade, it's already down 60 points in the last few days. But again, here's that trend trading shit. Bing, bing, ping, ponging. Right? Look. So, for example, of holding and just waiting, So this whole year, let's say you just bought like in this breakout, right? You're like, oh shit, it's breaking out. So technically speaking, this is pretty good with the stop right below consolidation. And so you're pretty much up 1.5% in 212 days because this shit just ping ponged its whole life. And that's just to today. You were down, you were up, you were down 5, up 5, down 5, up 5. But imagine if you just flipped into range trading mode and the range didn't get defined until probably around here in March sometime. And definitely by April it was very defined. And so you take that 2-ish% level, right? And you're like, I'm just going to hold and keep this capital just chilling. You're just holding it for a little, not even 2%. But what if you just bought the bottom of the ranges? You could have been hitting 2% 4 or 5 times, depending on how many you took. So, I don't know. Range trading is really easy in theory, but it is very hard to do in practice because your emotions will creep and you'll be like, oh, it's breaking down this time from the range for sure. I'm not buying it. And then what does it do? Pops right up. Pops right up. Pops right up. I mean, this one was really violent. We actually bought some on this low. I think we did that live on the show. It's like, oh, shit, we better get some of this. And on range, you take the trade until it doesn't work. You just keep doing it until it don't work. It works until it doesn't. I know that sounds stupid, but it is that simple. Because you don't know shit, I don't know shit. It's the same movie. It just works until it don't. And that's it. Easy peasy, man. Don't overthink this shit. That's how you lose lots of bread. And I know. I've done it too many times. Try to learn from other people's mistakes. Breachy McBreachson. Ew, this is what we didn't want to see yesterday. And we are seeing it. Open and close below this. No bueno. No bueno. Dow Jones put in a sell signal a long time ago. It came to fruition for a second. And now it's just kind of teeter-tottering here. Is this basing out? Man, maybe. You could make an argument for that. But I don't like this below a 14,600 handle. Not very sexy. VIX. Oh, VIX is trying to get a little pumpy McPumpson. Let's zoom in. Oh, wow. VIX has a... Oh, shit. VIX has a posturing right now that is pointing to a volatility spike. And we don't get these often. The last one that we got was back over here in mid-August. And the last time we got another one, we got one right here that didn't end up coming to fruition here in early August. And where else did we get one that was clean? Back here, we got one in mid-June. So whatever, you get the point. Volatility is hinting that there might be some selling here coming up. Let's see if VVIX agrees. VVIX is a little bit sloppier. Let's go to the daily. Interesting. Wow, vol spiked hard on VVIX today. Huh. So that is kind of supporting that narrative that VIX might be getting ready to do a little Pampy McPampson. Any 3-hour closure above 19 bucks, I'd probably look for this thing to go to low 20s. Interesting. Careful out there. Earl, what's Earl doing? Earl put in a little doji on the 3-hour, blah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, this is just a big nothing burger. Super stupid range, about 67 to 69-ish. And until we get out of that, it's super neutral right here. Just blah. I would say maybe with a slight bearish, there's definitely a slight bearish bias to this, a little slight bear hue, because we do have lower highs, lower lows, trend line, and the trend line cross right here at about 70 bucks. So until it's back above 70, actually, I don't really care to be long oil or energy. Bonds kind of sloppy back underneath this horizontal. Like rolling over here, doesn't look that great for the bond market. Notes are going to probably do the same. Yeah, they look a little bit worse. Up, that, down. What's up, up, at, down? MG&I, sorry, I just saw that. Yeah, we can go look at that real quick. Let me just go through. Ooh, Dixie bouncing nice off here. Same, I mean, obviously... The euro's like inverse Dixie, pretty much inverse dollar. Is this forming a head and shoulders type pattern though? Maybe. What would negate that? Anything above 93 bucks, sustainably over a few days. But yeah, interesting chart. Man, is the dollar going to get pummeled again? Jesus, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, look, the monthly chart's been just in a downtrend pretty much the whole time. All right, let's go to this chart thing you're saying. MGNI. What is this? Magnite Advertising Marketing Services. Got plenty of volume. Good sized company. Yeah, not too bad. Oh. TradingView says to sell it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care what that says. This actually could be interesting. I'm assuming you're thinking long. I kind of like the semi-basing saucer it's trying to put in. It's a little bit sloppy, but just looking at horizontals, looking left, there is some pretty good support right here at 24-ish bucks. It is still making lower highs on the daily, so I don't like that. For me, if I wanted to get long this, man, weekly is squeezing. I bet Bollinger Bands on this are retarded tight. Where are my BBs? Hey, where'd they go? Hey, man. Hold on, let me see if I can... what the hell? Well, it looks like TradingView is broken. Doesn't want to let me click anything up here. Oh, I can click templates, but not compare or indicators. Oh, I can hit alert. I can hit replay. What the hell is going on here? Let me do a refresh. Let me refresh this damn screen, boy. Alright. Hey. Hey, man. Let's go back over here. It probably erased my horizontal. Yes, it did. TradingView being a little glitchy there. It happens. Bollinger Bands. I wanted to see this on the weekly. Oh, yeah. Oh, they super tight, man. Super tight. So, with that said, on the daily, I would really like to see a higher high. So, if we could get a daily close above like 34.50, 35 bucks, then on sell-offs, I do think you could probably start buying on that. Dip, that's how I would kind of trade it. Don't listen to me. I don't know shit, though. I'm just an idiot on YouTube. Let's look at volume profile. Let's look at the cheat sheet. See what it says. Hey, look at that. Nice little node right here. Another little fat one right at 20 bucks. So that could be like the oh shit level. Anything below $20 is like, oh man, you best not be holding it, because then it could be going down to 10. But right now, it does have a nice fat node right here, right in the middle of it. If it could get back above 32, maybe we get a run to 34. I mean, this isn't the worst chart. I want to see it make a higher high on the daily, though. We have an even low here, so that's the first step. Let's see if we can get a higher high on this daily, and then maybe we can get it in. Monthly? Is it long enough for a monthly chart? Yeah, at 20 bucks. Hey, man, 20 bucks is definitely the oh shit level. And, you know, that's a little bit high risk for me because that's all the way down. That's about 30%, you know. I mean, it's whatever. Crypto moves more than that all the time, but this is definitely a regular stock. Yeah, shit. As long as it's kind of holding this 25 pivot, you know, this might actually start coming into fruition. Not too terrible. Not too terrible, man. All right, but again, I want to see a higher high. For me personally, I want to see a daily above 34 bucks. Then I'd feel a lot more better. All right, let's see. Where do we leave off? Shanghai, just murdering everybody. China is just like, what's up, bitch? It is right here at this previous local high at around 37 hundo. Yeah, probably get some resistance. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little pullback, maybe just to the low 3600 range, and then maybe probably continuation. But pretty sexy. Look at Z go. Gold, what are you doing, bitch? I did. Yeah, no problem. Up, at, down, for sure, man. Don't forget your risk management, man. Most important thing. Used cars. What the hell? Used cars what? What does that mean, Anthony? I don't know what that means, bruh. I don't understand. Let's see, though. Oh, gold, you little bitch. Slicing the EMAs. I took a stab at a long yesterday. I did take it off this morning for a really tiny loss because I just didn't like the way that the low time frame chart was setting up. We're getting rejections on all of the rallies, and we're staying below the 10 simple on the 3 hour. So I just after the overnight session, I was hoping that we'd get a 3 hour close above 1800. We did not get that. Oops. We did not get that, so I decided to take it off and let the market digest a little bit more, and we'll have to just see what happens there. I do want to get more long some gold stuff, but again, with like crypto, this little rejection from this horizontal at 1830-ish isn't the sexiest thing, so I just want the market to digest a little bit more, and I'll re-enter if we can get some of this to curl back around, because right now on the 3 hour, this has got some downside pressure on it. Faux show. 3 hour closure above 18. If we could get that, I'll probably re-enter some gold positions. But, yeah, nibbled yesterday. Took just a small, like I said, tiny, super tiny loss. And I'm just going to reassess and just see what's up. And sometimes that happens when price doesn't, plan your trade, man, and trade the plan. If price doesn't do what you want it to do, when you have an unbiased opinion, before you get confirmation bias from being in the position, because of course you want it to go up if you're long, but the market doesn't give a shit what you want. So price told me overnight session that this isn't done, going to the downside, and then we have follow through in the early morning candle, taking out the bodies. So just had to let that one go, and we'll just have to move on. So enough about my stupid position. What's the chart say longer term? Yeah, it's okay in this area. We do have a higher weekly close. I really did like this weekly. I do not like this one. We still got 2 days. Let's see how it shapes up. If we can get the weekly to come back above like 1810, I do think that would yield up probably to this next target. But right now, it's so neutral and just right in the middle of a range. This is just a 50-50 bet in my opinion, and I just don't really like it anymore after the overnight session. Need more time. Need more data. Oh, silver, you little bitch. It's trying to hold on to this 24 area. Oh, it's at 24.20. Hell yeah. Oh, man. If it can hold 24 upper high 23s, it's okay. But yeah, definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. How did this monthly close? Because we didn't do a lot of monthly. Actually, we didn't do any monthly analysis yet for this recent close on the monthly. Oh, oh, used car sector. Oh, that's a good thing to look at, actually, Travis. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, monthly actually is okay. It closed right on this anchored VWAP. Above here, above the MAs. Yeah, shit. So monthly is kind of saying it's just more neutral between 23.5 and 25.5. So, whatever. Like I said, we need more data. We need some more days to go by, and then we'll go from there. All right, platinum, same thing. It's just back down on the bottom end of this stupid range. It tried to get sexy, and then it got slappeth. So not very good there. Real ugly below 950 on this. Palladium. Oh, God. Palladium's been in a daily downtrend since May. This thing is continuing. I mean, it did get incredibly frothy. We're at the bottom end of this box range, though. So this probably is a pretty decent entry. I might actually have to look into this for just a scalp trade off this low. Because for me, this is less than 3% risk to tell me I'm wrong. And, probably could pop up. That's almost 2-to-1 right there. Shit. Palladium. I'm going to have to check that out after I get off the show. All right, let's check out this used car stuff. KMX. Oh, the CarMax, huh? Oh, good old CarMax. Damn, they got mollywopped on Corona. Man, we have a lot of history here. Let's go to the monthly. We can actually use a monthly on this. Damn, this went public in 97? Holy shit. I didn't even think CarMax was around that long. Anyway, monthly is still very, very strong. Above about 115. Let's see. Daily. Daily's okay. It kind of has a consolidation, pattern up here. And I almost want to say it has a little bit of distribution characteristics, but man, it's mostly just like this kind of box range. Yeah, this is kind of a funky little pattern here. You're pretty much just inside of this little box, and until we get out of it, it's really just range trade mode. I don't really see anything super sexy. Yeah, and even the box is kind of shitty on the daily. It's like it kind of works on the weekly because you have this little tail right here, right on the 10 simple at the beginning of it. But not, yeah, this is kind of an interesting read. Right in the middle, earnings coming up here, the very end of the month. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a hard one. You know, sometimes you just don't know. You don't have to get into everything or trade everything. And this is one of those right now that I'm not really sure on this one. Not say your last name. Sure. Oh, shit, no. Good movie if you don't know. You should know because it's epic documentary, actually. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it really needs to clear this 135 level. And the used car market has been on fire for so long. Is that going to keep being sustainable? Man, maybe. It unfortunately does have a high probability because the supply chain is still totally effed. And I do some car work on the side, and dude, it's hard to find some chemicals, like specialty chemicals, because they're not getting them. It's just so weird, man. But default, I would have to kind of just lean slightly bullish just because the trend is up on the daily and on the weekly. But it's just real kind of sloppy, man. Look at these oscillators, very neutral. Here, we can put the horizontals on here. You can do fast ones by doing Alt-H, wherever your crosshair is, it'll just put there. Yeah, so super neutral all the way across the board. Really needs to just kind of get out of this pattern. And, you know, it's not that far. I mean, what is it? 5% up, 12% down. You know, that's not that bad. A decent day today. Yeah, sorry. I'm just saying kind of, it's just so neutral. I'm sorry. It's just kind of confusing. Not a real great read. Super short term, if it's above this little local swing low at like 122, it's okay. But it's just kind of a difficult read here. Let's see if we got a better one. You're rooting for Bears here. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mean, on that case, you know when you're wrong if it goes above 140. So it's not that huge of a risk. It's only about 6-7%. So it's not terrible. CVNA. Let's see, who is it? Oh, Carvana. Blah. How long have they? Wow, they've been public since 2017. I guess here in Austin, we didn't get one until like a couple years ago or something. Maybe it's been longer than that. I don't know. Time flies, so shit, it probably was there already. Wow, this thing just launched from the get and goes up. What the shit? Carvana. Such a weird business model. They got some love. It's okay. It does look a little bit tired. You got this kind of rounded shit, and then a little pump starting to round off again. Let's look at the oscillators. Badow, bading, badoo. Yeah, it's still kind of bullish on this one. This one's easier to read than CarMax. I'd say it actually looks pretty good above $300. Can't believe it's a $300 stock. Jesus Christ. What's the market cap on this thing? $57 billion? My God. Really is clown world, isn't it? Dude, and they just buy cars. My friend sold them a car recently, and it had all kinds of problems, and they still gave him like a bunch of money for it. I was like, what, dude? I was like, shit, I'm going to take my old truck in there and see if they'll just give me some stupid number. Anyway, daily looks a little bit heavy. The weekly's where it looked like okay above the 300-ish area. Let's look at our cheat code. Volume profile. Oh, it is definitely frothy up here. Agreeing, volume profile's agreeing with that 300, although it's a little bit lower at about 275, 280. Man, below that, it's going to get mollywopped most likely. And man, there isn't major support on this all the way down to $100. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, if the supply issues get worked out and the chains and the chips and all the crap that new cars need for being built, which is probably still going to take a year or something. I mean, that stuff doesn't move very fast. But yeah, if that does start coming back online, this Carvana and the used car market probably will get hit pretty hard. Man, is Turo publicly traded? The rental car app thing? I'm going to look that up in a second. Short term, though, on the daily, you kind of have this pivot right here at about 315-ish. We start getting below that. We probably are going to go test that 280-ish area we just spoke about. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of getting weak on the daily. There's no doubt about that. Lower highs, lower lows. What would change my mind for a bear position on this? Anything above like 345, I'd start to rethink that position and maybe reassess and take it off. But yeah, you do have all the momentum oscillators on your side now after the last like few days. So yeah, I like this chart better than for the downside than CarMax. It's just an easier chart to read. All right, what did I want to look up? Turo. Turo, is that publicly traded? Let's see. No, doesn't look like it. I'm actually kind of surprised. It will. Oh, of course it's gonna go public. Except they don't know exactly how they're gonna do it. They'll probably just do a direct listing. That seems to be what everybody's kind of doing. Yeah, nothing there. No info on that. So who knows? 2021. Shit. He's got 3-4 months left. We'll see what he does. All right, nice. Oh, got through that. What was I looking at earlier? Oh, yeah, palladium. Good old palladium. That's what I'm looking at. We gotta be like, uh-oh, it's palladium alert. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I need to look this up real quick because I don't remember exactly the best ETF for palladium. Let's see. Oh yeah, duh. There's one. It's PALL. All right. Let's see. At this bottom end of the range, I kind of likes it. 2.5%. Oh yeah. And there's no oscillator. This is all bearish, full bearish mode on palladium, and this is sloppy as shit price. So if you go here and look, yeah, sloppy McSlopson. But I do think that this is probably good for a little bit of a bounce up and back into the middle of the range. And so, give me uno momento for gotta log into my brokers, man. Gotta log into my broker. I usually already have that done, but I guess I'm slacking today, boys and girls. Yeah, feel free to throw any other tickers in there if you got any ideas. I always love to find new ideas. Let's see if anything in the watch list is looking sexy. Alarm, Blizzard, breaking big. Oh, it's breaking out of its channel. Uh-oh. Activision Blizzard. Does no one want to play stupid WoW and Dota anymore? Uh-oh. Broadcom. That one actually is looking pretty decent still. Just kind of resetting, hanging out on the highs. Yeah, shit, this one's actually okay. Big stock, though. $500 almost. No. We don't want that one. No, we don't want that one either. Let's see here. Blink. What's that one? Blink actually looks okay here. What are they charging? What do they do again? Vehicle EV crap. Yeah, it looks okay though right here, coming down to the 2950 support. So shit, it's only about 5% away. Not too terrible. Compass pathway. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't remember why that was on there. Oh my God, CVSI just can't get no love. It's death. It is coming back way down to this reaction low where it did find some love. So we are literally right on that right now. I mean, to the T, it looks like. Is that 25 cents? Wow, look at that. Low 20, and you can see up here where I'm looking at. Low 25 cents on the dot. Low 25 cents on the dot. Very interesting. So maybe CVSI might be a nibble for a quick bounce trade. I do have delayed data on this, it looks like, though, so it might be already lower than that. I'm not sure. I wonder why it's only delayed on that one. That's weird. I have it connected to my my broker for live data, so I don't know about that. Eventbrite, pretty sloppy. Eyes. This one might be... This actually looks kind of promising. A little 8% risk there to this local low. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that, but the eyes actually looks okay. Ooh, Fubo. Ooh, I like this. Reset oscillator. Fubo actually looks pretty damn good. Do we got weekly support too? Damn it. Not quite. Not quite. We do have it on the oscillator though, so that helps. It's just not above the mama, which I kind of hate to see. Interesting. How about the 3 hour? Lost its momentum. So Fubo might be something to pay attention to here. It's a TV company. I think they're primarily doing the sports game stuff. So, not too shabby. All right, what else we want to look at here? Yeah. The Match.com. Jesus, I guess dating app stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, whatever. Who cares about that? Who cares about that? That gave it up. Yep. Nothing too sexy. Top traded. Lots of red today. Wow, all sector majors red today except for utilities. Not a surprise there. Telecom has a bullish posturing set up on it for telecom. Interesting. Huh. Real estate. That'll be a good short someday. Real estate. I don't know if in your areas, wherever y'all are at, but Central Texas, oh my God, it's stupid. I will say there's some houses in my neighborhood this summer. I don't know, August, late summer isn't the best time for housing and like buying, but it didn't seem to phase it in the first part, except for recently on my main street coming into my house in my neighborhood. They've sold almost every house on there, and they're like 3-acre, 4-acre lots, nice houses, like over 2,300 square feet. Some have garages and stuff, like big ones for RVs and workshops and stuff like that. And they've been selling like hotcakes for like 700 to 800. And this new one just got listed. It's been 2 weeks now, and it got listed at like pretty much 900,000. And it's been on the market still. And all the other ones sold immediately the week that they went on. They sold. And now, this one's been the longest that I've seen, and it's one of the nicest houses on the block, too. It's just kind of interesting. I wonder if people are finally like, dude, all right, this is too much. 900K, dude? That house 2 years ago was like 250, 300. They're like, what? And I know banks have gotten a lot tighter, too, with their lending. It's getting way harder to finance stuff, so... They're just becoming more strict. Yeah, rates are still good and all that, and they're advertising like it's amazing, but go apply and see what happens. Oh, crap, I don't have my list open. Let's see what's up. BTC pairings. Oh, yeah, Bubba. I'm glad you brought up some BTC pairings. But, man, discretionaries actually have a pretty firm bullish reset. This is actually kind of a crazy chart right here. Pretty low risk, about 3 to 5%. We got weekly support. Wow. Yeah, shit. Not too shabby. All right, what am I looking up here? Yeah, it is seasonal slump for sure, but that wasn't the case the whole time in August. Just this last, like, the last week August, and then this week too, it's been on the market. So it's definitely a different change in behavior. or a change in behavior from just like the houses that have been selling out here. There's got to be a breaking point at some point. Even my buddy, different market, he has a used car lot, and he said that he's having a real hard time selling to retail because they're like, nah, dude, I'm not buying that shit at that price. You're stupid. So he's having to go to auctions and sell his stuff at auctions because people get emotional and stupid at auctions. They're like, oh, I hate you. I'm buying this and bidding it up 28% more than it's worth. Ah, gotcha. Anyway, I digress. Decred. Ooh, an Austin favorite. What the hell is that? Decarbonization Plus Acquisition Corporation. What is this crap? Sorry, I gotta look at this real fast. Whoa, what is this? Is this a SPAC? Oh, this must be a SPAC. Yes, it is. The $10 range. That's like the break the buck kind of range. Interesting. What are they doing? Huh. Because they have a bullish reset right now popping off. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I need to go look at that later. Let's go put that in the watch list because I'm curious what that is. All right. To your Decred. Let's go to Decred. Oh, Decred. That's Bitcoin pairing. Let's go to dollar pairing. Ooh, Decred. Brutal. Brutal move. Let's go to a different, not Binance. Let's go to Bittrex. No, god damn it, Bobby. Dollar, here we go. Oh, Decred looked really, really good. It actually led the rally hardcore, didn't it? Look at that. All the way back in the fall of last year, it just murder-faced everybody. 1000x'd it, or percented it, not 1000x. That'd be way more better. I don't like this. I don't like this slice right here. Here's an example we were talking about earlier in the stream. I don't like when it takes out all the EMAs in one candle. That generally means we've got some deciphering to do and consolidation to do. So not my favorite chart. Let's go to a weekly. The weekly still actually looks okay, above about 142. But daily looks a little bit heavy. Anything below about 160-ish kind of sucks. But yeah, pretty bearish reads on the daily. It's kind of a funky little pattern right here. Maybe just best to be looking at this on the weekly. Let's see. Yeah, weekly also agreeing. Oh, it's actually a little higher. I'm sorry. It's about 170, 175 on the upside. As long as it's below that, it's a little bit concerning. It's just, man, it's in the range mode on the weekly because we're consolidating atop the business here and the attempts to break out. So, I mean, that's a good spot to kind of chill. Any price back below, though, these tails at like 142, I'd probably look for a mid-test of this range over here. And then conversely, anything back above like 165, 169 area, oh yeah, then I'd probably look for some continuation and to like 180. And obviously, this 180 mark has been very serious area for supply, and the bears are like, no, bitch, you ain't coming up here. Worst thing about this chart, weekly looks okay and all that. Or weekly actually looks pretty good. Daily looks okay. Worst thing, though, is this candle taking out all these EMAs. I don't like that. Let's see. Fall usually has another small bump up before winter. We'll see what happens in the next couple months, and then next May. Okay. So you kind of want to see if they're... Okay, so that's because I know you do real estate. So if, let's say in the fall there isn't a bump, or it's a smaller bump than usual, would that be concerning to you as someone in the real estate business? Would you be like, oh, uh-oh? And also, what's kind of the narrative, too? With some of your colleagues, employees, people around there, are they, talking just euphoric still, or I'm just kind of curious the sentiment in that arena. All right, DCR. Raven. Oh, shit, Raven. I haven't looked at Raven in a while. Oh, look, it has the same stupid death candle, although it didn't take out all the EMAs, but it did engulf the past ouch, month of business. That's never sexy. Let's go to weekly. Damn it. Yeah, like every other stupid chart, right around the 618s, the mamas, previous consolidations. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't like this anymore below 13 pennies. I think you got to be pretty cautious. Maybe even like 12 and a half. We're back below the 200, the mama. We're barely holding on to the 55. You know, maybe if we can close a little hammer candle, we might get a little pump back up here. But this is kind of a sloppy little read on the dailies. It's all over the place. Definitely not my favorite chart. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, the 458 is pretty ugly too. Also agreeing with that 12 and a half level. I love when there's multiple confluences on, or confluence on multiple time frames. That's always really good. But yeah, a little bit heavy here. I would be cautious on this sub 12 and a half pennies. And look at this, there's no momentum. The momentum's actually been gone on this for at least a week or so. With one little attempt, the bulls should have stepped it up right here on these a couple of days after this candle right here. This was their chance, and they gave that shit up. Like hardcore gave it up. So, not too great. All right, Mana and Doge. Doge BTC. Oh, I got that. Didn't we do that one? Maybe I skipped over it. Sometimes I skip over it. Doge to Bitcoin. Oh, look, it's back in our little box of despair. We'll just bring that back over. We've been watching that. So, yeah, so maybe it's okay right here on the Doge pairing. Ew, but man, this is pretty dominant bearish reads on the DMI and the RSI. So that's a little concerning. I'd be very cautious about longer term positions on the Doge. Yeah, it actually has a full on bearish setup on the 458 all the way through. Like all the way through. You got the EMAs, literally there's not one thing that's missing. So yeah, definitely don't like that on the Doge pairing to Bitcoin. Not very sexy. Ew. Damn, that sucks. I'm glad you brought that up. So it's losing lots of its strength to the BTC world. Ew. Ew. Oh, yeah, I needed to look at options on PALL, see if they have any. They don't. Of course not. All right, what else did you want to look at? Oh, where'd my Streamlabs go? There it is. Oh, Mana. You got the Mana, man. It's like we're playing Magic, dude. Which they ruined that game with their new release. So stupid. Thanks, Hasbro. Corporations, man. Mega corporations, I should say. Because I don't want to like fall into that. Like, corporation isn't just generally negative. There's lots of great corporations out there, but oh yeah, we definitely have a horizontal there. Oh, you wanted the Bitcoin pairing though. Don't like this on the dollar pairing. Sliced up through everything right here. Not super sexy. Trying to find a base on the Mama 200 and the 55. So, you know, that's a lot of big moving averages sitting on top of each other. So, yeah, it's probably going to be some sideways action while the market digests that move further. If we zoom in, hey, it's attempting to break back out here. But, man, super squeezed. I'd say, we'll go to the pairing in a second. Hold on. I'd say about 70-ish cents. And about, hold on, I need some more data points. About 70 and $1 looks to be kind of the range on this guy. Got that major resistance right here. And can we do a monthly on this biatch? Yeah, the monthly is okay. And weekly agreeing with that 70-cent area as well. So it's actually a little bit higher, funny enough. It's about 72 cents, 73 cents. But, yeah, kind of ugly. Let's go look at the pairing for Mama Bear to Mana. Mana Mama Bear pairing. All right. Let's see who's going to have all. KuCoin will probably have a lot of data on this. Oh, my gosh. You can see. Yeah, there's all that data. Yeah, baby. Give me that data. Monthly. Well, way too high. Let's start ratcheting down. Pretty sloppy. This is really sloppy. Consolidating, I guess, above the, when it first kind of came out here in 2018. So that's probably the best thing about that chart. Still pretty ugly. Let's go to daily, see if we got anything cool. Ugh, gross. Yeah, I don't like that. This is kind of a saucer pattern that was happening here. But it has been negated, though. When you can't have the saucer pattern, don't quote me on this. I'd have to look it up and double check, but I believe it's a 618 or halfback from like the saucer pattern. And whenever price goes back below the 618 or the halfback area, then that pattern generally is negated. So we do have. I don't really trade patterns a whole lot. I just kind of keep an eye out for them. But yeah, this is pretty damn sloppy. Gigantic range. Kind of looks like about from here to about here. So about 1,600 sats to 2,100 sats. But not the best looking chart. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it's not my favorite. That's for sure. Really need to get price hovering back above 2,000 sats, and then maybe we can do that. But, when you look at these pairings, at the Bitcoin pairing to something else, you're looking for relative strength. And this isn't really showing that it's going to have relative strength against Bitcoin or like the other majors. So, let's see. The narrative is low supply causing spikes. High demand is sustaining them. If the current dip sustains through the fall, it could indicate better buying power next summer. Likely from increased supply, demand is not expected to decrease. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. That makes sense, especially in this area. Everybody and their mom wants to move here. It's so freaking cool, dude. It's the best place in the world, man. Yay, Austin. All right. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I feel so dumb that I didn't buy. I almost bought 2 different houses like 2 years ago now. One was at Canyon Lake area, and then the other one was at like Hudson Bend. And they were both stupid cheap. And now houses pretty much, like the Canyon Lake one was sub 100K, and the Hudson Bend one was like right around 200. And both of those stupid houses are like triple that now. And I didn't do it because I'm self-employed, so it's harder for me to do bank loan stuff. I can't do like regular W-2 loans, so I have to do like bank statement loans, and the rates are generally higher. And so they were trying to give me like a 5% rate or something. And my credit's really good and all that, but they're trying to give me like a 5% rate, and I was like, oh no, that's too much. And of course, hindsight trading is always, successful, but it's like, damn, in this market, it's like, who gives a shit about the interest rate? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you just gotta buy that shit. Buy. Green button that hoe. Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see if that pans out, Mr. Travis. Unlikely from increased supply. Oh man, would you buy a house right now? That's the question. If Mr. Anthony would buy a house, then shit. Maybe it's not quite done yet. All right, let's go back. Let's put Mama Bear back up on the stream. See what this bitch is doing. Ugly. Come on, bitch. How about futures? No, they're giving up some of these little pimps. Why are you doing that, Bitcoin? Don't do that. Damn, went all the way to 44,000 this morning. Holy shit, I missed that. But look what it's doing on low crack time frames. Lower highs, lower lows. In the intermediate structure, I'm not counting this little initial spike low, but just kind of like the consolidation after that. Very dangerous road to be treading, in my opinion. But, whatever that's worth. And you can see it kind of bounced off this stupid little trend line, which I'm going to erase because it's stupid. Get out of there. Oh, Mama Bear, what are you gonna do? All right, let's go look at my scanner real quick, see if there's anything on there. Wow, 4 matches. Well, that means the market's not super bullish. Usually there's about 10 to 15 on average. Talos Energy. Ooh, I like this. What is this thing? Does it have some good volume? It does. It does. Has good enough volume. It's not the best. Nat Gas focuses on acquisitions. Deep water stuff. Mexico over here in H-Town. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of like this setup right here. It's almost on the daily about to confirm. Huh. See if we can get a few more days out and get all these to cross back up. But looks actually pretty damn good. Do we got support on the weekly? Weekly's kind of sloppy, but this candle is pretty awesome right here. So as long as it's holding above like 11 bucks, it actually looks okay. As an investment, nah, but maybe in the winter. Plus, you like value add properties, and those are always around. Okay. You always finding them, huh? Well, hell, hook me up, bro. Let's see, a REIT. I like how this is interesting. It has like a little thing that says REIT next to it. How come this one doesn't say, you know, energy or oil related or something next to it? Man, this one actually looks pretty good too. Very similar structure. Actually has a pretty fat dividend too. 3%. That's not too shabby. Where do they operate at? They operate office and multifamily. I was going to say office. Well, that sucks. Multifamily, that's great. So maybe if they have multi-families. Let's see if the weekly's got support. It's okay. I mean, it's trying to do some type of weird sloppy ascending triangle or something here. Let's go zoom in. It almost looks exactly the same as Talos. Huh. We'll let a couple days go by on that one, see what happens. Oh, look at this one. Oh, snap. This one's a little bit better above the 200. Let's see. Yeah. A weekly. About $2. It's small stock. Gotta be careful with those. Let's see. Pretty small, too. Probably not going to have the best liquidity, so we might just skip that. And Aslan Pharma. Depository receipt. That's a new one. Trading views is just changing stuff all the time, man. Yeah, man, nothing really there, so we can just close that back up. All right, let's go look at the blockchain stuff. Oh, Riot getting monkey hammered. Look at this. Coming right up to the bottom of this dang box and getting rejected. That sucks. That's not sexy. What the hell? MicroStrategy right in the middle of its box range. And it's kind of like hanging on for dear life here. Pretty ugly daily candle yesterday. Cutting through all those EMAs. Not very sexy. BitF. BitF is trying to hold up. You can see major support right here around where it is. About $596. Yeah, weekly's going to be pretty much useless. Yeah. I mean, it looks all right. I don't know. I'm waiting on all this stuff. I got to see what the hell happens with Mama Bear. Oh, look where Coinbase is sitting. Look at this. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hold on, wait. 3 hour. Look at this. Mama. Trend line. All right, Coinbase. The weakest part of this is it didn't make a new high. So that's just the biggest concern. Man, if this made a new high off this structure, this would be almost automatic buy for me. But without it, kind of even high, a little bit lower even. Yeah, it's okay. It's not too shabby. I mean, the risk profile on this is probably pretty low. Whoops, not the text profile. Yeah, 2 to 7%. That's not too bad, especially for something crypto. How about Hut? Dude, Hut has been beast mode, man. This thing is just up, 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 and up. Missed earnings by 550%. Psh, suck it. So crazy. It's like I don't really care about earnings. The only thing I care about earnings is like that they're coming up. So it might weigh my decision on volatility trades via options and stuff like that. Or if I want to take a position right before. That's the only reason. I don't care what they say or blah, blah, blah. I let the market figure that out and then show me in price. It just saves me time. Weekly looks pretty good. See this? All right, see this right here? Travis, because I think you were talking about some saucer stuff the other day with me. You see how this thing saucered up and it didn't do this little, like it started to peter a little bit right here, but then it just got continuation. So it didn't do that thing, and let's measure it. The saucer's kind of right here. Had it like did this and then started breaking down more from here and then broke like this 450, like this mid 450 area, and definitely below 430, then it negates this pattern. It goes bye-bye. So yeah, you want, think of it real simple, like what's the market supposed to be doing? If it's bullish as hell, price is above all of the EMAs, it's coming out of a basing structure, what should it be doing? It should be going up, nothing else. It shouldn't be, I mean, like not every day, but you know what I'm saying, in the structure like this, you know, up sine waving. It shouldn't be like no. It should be going up. If the bulls are strong, that's it. And right here they are super strong with the oscillators, the candles, the EMAs. So if it's stalled right here when it looks really strong, that's your clue that this is probably not a bullish pattern. Just some food for thought there. Mara, maybe it looks okay here at about 36. I don't know. I'm waiting for Mama Bear to hold my hand on that one. GBDC. GBDC did not close below its 21. That's interesting. That is interesting. God, I just don't like this rally to the mama and then it just chills. I don't like that, man. It's not my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing. Blah, blah. I don't care about that. What is this thing? Trit. Yeah, whatever. What's Square doing? Square. Yeah, not very sexy. PayPal. Man. Another little saucer, mini little funkiness. Is it resetting, though? It kind of looks like it is resetting. PayPal actually looks okay above 280. Interesting. This little liquid zone kind of about right here. 280 to 270. As long as we're kind of staying above that area, shit, it actually looks all right. We got weekly support. Well, whoops. Well, we kind of did, but this candle sucks right here. And so we can measure the 618 of this sell-off. That would be a good pivot point to know when the bulls are likely back on. And look at it where it is, right where we are with price and getting rejected today at about 292, mid 290s. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. That's not where you want to see it stall. We get back over 292 on a daily, then that would actually look pretty good. But this setup for here, I think there's like a dark cloud cover type candle where it opens up high and then starts closing on the downside. Those usually suck. So, ain't trading that one. Let's see. Let's go look at some BlackBerry. No. See, this one's about to start breaking the kind of basing pattern here. Let's see. Oh, it's on the threshold, man. Back below 1020. Ouch. Hyundai. Whatever. Let's move on to some of this crazy stuff. DoorDash still going up. Freaking hate that place. IPO, is this still going up? No, finally a little sell-off. But man, snow. Talking about snow like a month and a half ago. I was like, no way. And yes, effing way. Snowflake. It's not even a joke. It's called Snowflake Inc. It's just like, is there a stock that's meme? Like the ticker is meme? What? How does no one own that yet? That's pretty shocking. I would have definitely thought there was a meme something. Maybe we need to make a new ETF, the meme ETF. This guy I like to watch on YouTube. He calls them memes. It's like, what? Wait, what? Man, Airbnb going, hook and go. Man, this looks great above 160 on Airbnb. What is this? This little resistance 170. Ouch, on the weekly. But on the daily, man, looks pretty sexy. Eli to the moon. Actually, to Mars, I guess. Whatever. Arc, nah. Planets here. Oh no, got slapped today. Oh dang, that means I'm probably lost all my gains on this one today. I sold some puts back over here. Let's go look. Where is it? Yep, I'm back to flat on that. That sucks, but what are you gonna do? Shit happens. I'm still gonna hold that for now. We'll see what happens. Man, I probably should have. Options are cool because it gives you reference points to like how much money you put up and like what you paid, either debit or what you collected as credit. And they put it in perspective really well. Like if you pay $1 for something and you get like 50 cents, right? Or you get half of the money of the debit or 100% of the debit. And a lot of times those are good positions to like take off and just like reassess and re-enter later. Especially on premium collection, they keep you kind of, level a little bit because you sell it for, let's say you sell it for $100. That's the most you can ever make on it. You can't make any more than that ever. And that's why a lot of people don't like selling premium because it caps your gains and everybody wants unlimited 20,000 X tendies in this market regime. So people really hate that. But the reality is, it's way more better in the long run to sell the premium, and it actually keeps your greed kind of out a little bit too. Because if let's say you sell it for 100 and it gets to 50 to 70%, so you've made like 50, 70 bucks off of that credit received. I mean, you only can make $30 more in that example. So it's like then you can really you don't get confirmation bias as much because you're like, well, shit, I only can make 20, 30 more bucks on this. I still have to hold it for, let's say, 30 days. A lot can happen in 30 days. Is it really worth it now? So I don't know if y'all trade options or not, but I highly recommend that you do learn about them because they are super, super beneficial. We talked about it on the stream the other day on Discovery, which I don't have that position on anymore. I finally took it off. Let me show y'all. On Discovery. Oh, good thing I did take it off. I had actually bought back over here in mid-July, and I sold the put. I think I sold the 27 put for like $1.20 or something like that. And so those puts I sold, it was like, oh, it was good. We had a nice rally right after it. It was awesome. Made some decent paper profits here, but then it kind of got sloppy, went more sideways. And even though, let's say you just bought static right here, obviously you'd be down like 1-2% now. But at most you could have made like 10% and probably just about 2 or 3. But even in all of this flat, pretty much price action, I was able to make like 60-something% of the credit I sold it for, just going sideways. And that's what's cool about selling premium is if it just goes sideways and price doesn't do anything, you still get paid. Think of it like insurance, like collecting insurance, like you're the insurer, so collecting the premiums. So that's something. I mean, that could be a whole nother freaking 2-hour conversation about options and premium and all that. But there's plenty of resources for all that kind of stuff. I don't have anybody that I would specifically recommend to check out, like learning that at this moment. Well, I guess Tasty Trade does some pretty cool stuff. It's a broker education firm. They're really big too, and they provide mostly good information. So you can go check them out. That'd probably be the one to start with and kind of see where you can go from there. Let's see here. No. Do we like this one? Do we like it? Yeah. No, not really. How about the CV Vaxxers? What are they doing? Novavax. Damn it. They all stalled out a little bit. Pfizer just gave it all up. Man, Pfizer was such a good run. I only could hold it, though, to about the previous all-time high, and then I took it off. Yeah. Whoops. CVAC. CVAC kind of basing out here, maybe, on the tops of this gap. Hey, yeah, CVAC might be interesting long here if it holds about 65 bucks. Not too bad. But not playing that. I already have plenty of positions open right now, so I'm kind of just... It's going to have to look really sexy for me to want to get into it. Like real sexy. Shit. Speaking of, Caesars kind of looks like that right now, above 95 bucks. A little high. Like 10, that makes it 10% risk, which is kind of on the upper end of the threshold for equities for me. You do kind of have this weird... It's almost like a Head and Shoulders. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, not my favorite. Yeah, we'll pass on that. Nothing really good. Fuel cells. I do think fuel cells eventually will be a decent buy. Getting slapped a little bit on F-cell. Blink. APD. Yeah. BEP actually looks okay coming up here. But yeah, I'm just real patient on those. Just I have no rush at all to get into that shit. Let's see if weed stocks did anything today. Sometimes they'll pump when the market sells off. Oh, not today. And a lot of these are kind of misleading. They're just garbage penny stocks. Like, so who cares about that? I'm actually just about to take them off the list because I'm never going to buy this shit. Like, it's pretty much almost 0% chance. I'm going to buy this when the volume is $25,000. Get this shit out of here, dude. You can get trapped in something like that real easy. Like, they'll let you buy in, but you want to get out and get your tendies. They're like, oh, shit, we forgot your order. We got to go remake those tendies for you. And then when you come back to get them, it's like, oh, there's actually only 4 tendies for you to get instead of 6 that came with the order. Sorry. Oh, yeah, actually, they're not getting no love. Spanky McSpanksons across the board. Yeah. All right. I think that's about it, man. How's VR doing? I only have a couple of VR stocks. Some I haven't really dove into fully. How about trans and tankers? Yeah, you'd think that this would be going up a lot with the cost of the ships and stuff. But, yeah, maybe they are starting to reset. These charts actually might start looking kind of good here if they can break out. Because they almost all look like the exact same. So, yeah, possibly. How about what are banks doing? Let's look at the banks. Sometimes they give us little clues. Ooh, shit. Let's look at regionals. Ooh, not great. Not great charts here. Very sloppy, just sideways boringness. And Fang Man. We're going to end with that, and I'm going to wrap up here in a second. Oh, Google, Amazon, RIP, Netflix, RIP, Apple, RIP. Jesus Christ, dude. This freaking move in Netflix is brutal. Apple, I mean, all the fangs are doing really good, except Microsoft. Microsoft is actually looking pretty weak. Like, why is Microsoft not rallying with all the big Fang Man stocks? Like, pretty weird. You'd think that it would be. It's a little concerning. Lots of vol flashes, too. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, if this thing loses the top part of this candle here at about, like, 295, it's probably going to come down, like, 10 bucks or so. And maybe more. Interesting. Yeah, that's odd. Microsoft isn't playing with everybody else. Yeah, literally all the other Fangmans are just ripping face. How about bonds? What are Mooney bonds doing? Oh, shit. Muni bonds selling off. It's doom. It's gloom. We're fucked. I'm kidding. Let's see. They're fine as long as they're above this big candle and consolidation above like 113-ish. I do think watching these Muni bonds is worth it for some kind of clue later in some market hype. Or maybe when the market hype's getting sucked out. That didn't really make any sense. Alright, 3D printers, they doing alright. I know they started rallying a little bit. Oh, actually, this looks pretty good. Do we got weekly support? Yeah, kind of a little flag, sort of. Pretty big risk. Damn, these are trading like freaking crypto shitcoins. Look at that shit. Look at this. I just put it back in linear. My God. Everybody loves 3D printing, I guess. I mean, it is pretty cool, but the shit. Wow, this one's already killing it. Everbridge. Jesus. Damn, so is this one. Baroness. So yeah, maybe DD 3D systems and not desktop metals. Just actually 3D systems. Oh, and Stratasys. They actually look pretty decent. This is let's look at this on the weekly. This might be turning into like a little W pattern. This thing breaks out 27 bucks. It's probably going to 32 at minimum. At the top of this range here. Shit, maybe the big boy 3D printing companies are about getting ready to run. Interesting charts. I'm going to put one of these just on the watch list so I don't forget. Alright, let's wrap this biatch up. Oh my God, has it really been fucking 2 hours? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Holy shnikes, no wonder I'm so hungry. I went through lunch, didn't I? Yep. I gotta go eat and make a Sammy. Gotta get my Sammy on. Alright, final thoughts. Wrapping it up. Bitcoins. Not so great. Cutting through some of this. I think we're just going to be range bound for a little bit while the market digests this. Oh my God, we can actually go down. So, or oh my God, we can actually go down day. So the markets, and we went right to the middle of this, kind of indecision. Kind of like, shit, right on the 200. We're doing the same thing today. There's actually a little bit more downside pressure here on the longer tail. But I do think just between about 44 and like 48-ish, I guess maybe even the 46 handle might be something that is relevant here. Nah, we're going to just batch it up to 48. 48, 44. Don't overthink it. Always give yourself a little room, too. 48 to 44. Until it gets out of that, whatever. It generally is still kind of in a bullish posturing. Sort of. Weekly is kind of higher or lower highs. So, man, it's definitely not the easiest read. I know everyone's super excited. There's some tendies to be made in the last month for sure. Congrats if you made that. Pat yourself on the back. That's great. I'm not being sarcastic either. I do mean that. It's hard to make money in trading, so, give yourself credit sometimes. But, yeah, kind of brutal. Till it gets out of that 44, 48, I'm just not really excited about it. And yes, there will be altcoins that pump as long as Bitcoin stays above 44,000 for sure. We already went through a few earlier. It's going to happen. That's the nature of this market. But we did breach a major level here at the DMI relong signal zone, which is about 48,000 handle. And so now we just got to see what the market wants to do here. We get back below a daily close below 44K. I really think that at least gets us to 40. This next one about 41,000, 42, and we'll have to reassess. But until now, it's just like a hurry up and wait thing. Ethereum a little bit better, but still, it has a fatter range. It's about 33 to 38 as of now. And so as long as it's holding this consolidation, I'm not super concerned. It looks a little bit better than Mama Bear off its structure, but You know, it's still a little concerning. It's definitely concerning, man. Got some pretty nasty bearish divergence here. Now, did that just play out? Yeah, probably, but need some more digestion. And until we get out of that range, 33 to about, you know, maybe if we can be more conservative, we could use, hold up, let's do a fib retracement. We could use about 36. So 33, 36. Yeah, whatever. Not really too excited about price action. Traditionals, hold that 45 area ES or you're a bitch, and you're probably going to go test the 21, and any price breach of 21 probably gets us to the 55, so do keep that in mind. That could be, you know, up to 2-3% move in the works here, but we really have to break the 21 first for that to kind of come to fruition, which I guess it has to go through there before it gets through there, but you know what I mean. If it gets breaches through there, it probably has a little bit of a rally and then dumps into it, although sometimes it just dumps in the same candle, you know, like this one right here. Got close to it and then just said nope, we're doing it all in one. So yeah, as long as it's holding 45, it's all good. NASDAQ kind of same little consolidation area up here, about 15.5 and 15.7. As long as it's in between there, it's just range bound consolidation. Don't really want anything to do with it. And gold, I really do want to re-enter my long gold. I took it off. I just didn't like the that it's getting pushed and pressed by the 3-hour 10 simple, and it's also working its way down lower, and we have this lower body close. So we'll see if the daily maybe can close better. Man, if the daily could close back above 1800, I would very much consider putting on my long immediately after that again, but I'm just... Patience, man, is the game. Oh, what does some good traders say? The market's designed to take money from the impatient and give it to the patient, which holds true a lot of the times. So yeah, gold, let's hold ultimately this 1760-ish horizontal. Anything back below that, it's probably going to get really ugly. We're still a decent ways from it, though, so not too shabby, and got a lot of little supports right here. And you can see actually the bulls kind of are showing and confirming that this is a pretty important zone to them. And let's see, maybe crack time frames. We get this little reset and get our party on. And that's kind of pretty much all I'm watching now. Awesome. Much love, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me and all that stuff. We'll be on mañana as well for another episode of No Noise with your host, Z-Rex. What if I did the show like that every time in a funny little, like, advertising commercial voice? Alright, enough stupid jokes. Anyway, it's been real fun. I'm getting out of here. You're making me some lunch. I'm starting to get retard brain here. Gotta get rid of these derps. And happy trading. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Much love. Thanks again for hanging out. Leave a comment. Post something. Say something. Anything. I don't care. Apples. Put something in there. Talk some shit. Say you're an idiot. I don't even care. Put anything in there. Put a space. Awesome. Or if you have questions, please, I'd really like that. Put those in there. I'll be happy to answer them. My channel's very tiny, so it's easy for me to answer and talk to anybody in the comment section like it's a chat. So feel free if you have any questions and stuff that pops up in the show that you want some clarification on or whatever. I'd be happy to answer those for you. And now I'm really hitting the end stream button. Much love. Been your boy Z-Rex signing off. Peace. Not blanks in the chat box, Travis. Blanks in mud bugs in the comment section, brother. Chat box, troll box? No. That's cool too, but in the comment section. Actually, you might not be able to do that yet. Yeah, save all that corn, potatoes, shrimp, mud bugs crap. Put that all up in the comments, bro. Because everybody loves that. Ah! All right. It's over. We done. Peace.
Game over.